There's a moment in every relationship when a simple hug says more than words could ever express. A hug isn't just a physical gesture. It's a silent conversation, a bridge built between two people who are willing to connect beyond the surface. It's a language of its own, spoken not with the mouth, but with the body, with the heart, and with the energy you send out into the world. Yet most men, despite their best intentions, miss these cues, failing to truly understand what a hug can represent. And by doing so, they let opportunities slip away, moments of connection lost in the noise of modern life. But what if you could change that? What if you could learn to hug like a pro, responding to a woman in a way that leaves her thinking about you long after you've parted? What if your embrace could send a message deeper than just affection? What if in the span of just a few seconds, you could make her feel seen, heard, and cherished, making her think about you all day long? The secret isn't in force or desperation. It's not about trying too hard or giving off an impression of overeagerness. It's about mastering your emotions, being present in the moment, and reading the subtle signals that a hug offers. Because a hug, yes, that simple physical act, can be the opening to something far more powerful. If you can understand the underlying psychology behind it, you can shift the way you interact with women and deepen the bond in a way that goes beyond mere attraction. Attraction isn't just about what you say. It's about how you make her feel. And the way you hug her, the way you embrace her physically and emotionally, can speak volumes. In the world of connection, the first step toward making her think about you all day long is understanding the art of the hug. It's said that the first form of communication is touch. Before we even learned to speak, we communicated through the touch of a parent, a caregiver, a loved one. A hug isn't just something physical, it's a transfer of energy. Every gesture carries meaning. The warmth, the pressure, the length of time you hold her, the way your body positions itself in relation to hers, and how you respond to her touch, all these elements shape the emotional landscape of your interaction. Hug, when done consciously, can communicate 1,000 emotions without uttering a single word. Think about the last time you were hugged. The type of hug, was it soft, tender, firm, or lingering? Did you feel comforted? Did you feel seen? Or did it feel rushed, mechanical, and distant? The way someone hugs you can tell you everything about how they feel. The same goes for you. When you hug a woman, the power of touch is subtle but profound, and the effect of a hug can linger long after the moment has passed. And the truth is, women notice these details more than you might realize. When a woman hugs you, she's not just saying, "I like you," or "I'm happy to see you." She's saying, "I want to feel close to you." But what's crucial is how you respond in that moment. How you hug her back can set the tone for what happens next. It can show her if you're emotionally available, if you're confident, if you're present, or if you're retreating inward. Each of these things speaks volumes about you, about who you are, and what you're willing to offer. If you've ever felt a moment of discomfort during a hug, you know what it feels like when the connection isn't quite right. It's like there's a gap, an invisible distance that's felt between two people, even though their bodies are in close proximity. But if you've ever experienced a truly deep, genuine embrace, you know that feeling too. It's the kind of hug that feels warm, safe, and intimate. You can feel the other person's presence, their heart, their energy, and it feels like you've just created something meaningful in the span of just a few seconds. Not all hugs are created equal. In fact, there are subtle yet powerful differences in the way women hug. And understanding the meaning behind each type of hug is the key to mastering your response. So let's break them down. This is the most casual type of hug, usually quick and light. It's a hug you give to a friend, someone with whom you share warmth and comfort, but not necessarily romantic feelings. If a woman gives you a friendly pat, it's important not to misread it. It's not a sign that she's uninterested. It's simply a platonic gesture. Your response to this hug can turn the situation into something more meaningful. Rather than stepping back or feeling discouraged, hold the hug for just a moment longer than she expects. If you remain present and calm, you create an opportunity for connection. Even though this hug is friendly, it can become the foundation for something deeper. The key here is to focus on building a bond, not rushing it, but allowing the relationship to grow naturally. This hug is more substantial. It lasts a little longer, and the arms around you feel firmer. It's not just a quick greeting. It's a gesture of comfort and familiarity. When a woman gives you this type of hug, it indicates she feels comfortable around you, but it doesn't necessarily indicate romantic attraction. It's a sign that she's at ease, but she's not quite giving herself over to you emotionally just yet. To make the most of this moment, don't pull away too quickly. Instead, hold the hug just a second longer than she expects. This gives you the chance to gauge her reaction. Does she smile? Does she stay in your embrace a little longer? These subtle cues can tell you a lot about her level of comfort and attraction. When you mirror her body language, maintaining eye contact, staying relaxed and staying present, you show that you're not just here physically, but emotionally as well. Now this is where things start to get interesting. A lingering hug, one that lasts just a little longer than expected, is a powerful signal. It indicates that there's something more between you. This hug says, "I trust you, and I want to feel connected to you." When a woman lingers in your arms, her body relaxes, and you feel the warmth between you. It's an invitation to deepen the connection. At this moment, the best thing you can do is not rush the hug. Don't be the first to pull away. Instead, mirror her energy. If she holds you a little longer, reciprocate. A light touch on her back or a gentle squeeze can create an even stronger bond. It's in these moments of connection, these small gestures, that emotional intimacy begins to form. And when you master the art of lingering, of letting the moment breathe, you open the door for something deeper and more lasting. The most powerful hug of all. This is the hug where a woman completely leans into you, her body pressed against yours, her head resting on your shoulder or neck. It's a moment of deep emotional intimacy, a sign that she feels safe, connected, and likely attracted to you. When she hugs you like this, she's not just sharing physical space. She's opening herself up to you emotionally. Your response here is crucial. Don't pull away. Instead, lean into her. Let the moment breathe. Let her feel your warmth, your presence, your confidence. If she doesn't pull away, if she tightens her grip or tilts her head toward you, she's signaling that she's ready for something deeper. This is your moment to shine, to show her that you can be emotionally available, that you're not afraid to step into intimacy with her. It's a subtle but powerful shift in energy, and it's these types of hugs that can linger in a woman's mind, making her think about you long after you've parted. The true key to mastering a hug is emotional awareness. You must be able to read the moment, to understand what the hug is telling you. Hugs are not just physical, they are emotional expressions. The way she hugs you reveals her emotional state, her comfort level, and the type of connection she's seeking. The way you respond in that split second can make or break the opportunity for deeper connection. You see, women, despite what society sometimes says, are deeply intuitive when it comes to emotional connection. They pick up on the smallest details, the subtle shifts in energy. And while the physicality of a hug may seem simple, it's anything but. Every moment, every touch, every movement speaks volumes. And in those silent exchanges, emotional connections are made or missed. A hug can be a powerful tool for emotional connection, attraction, and growth. But it's not just about wrapping your arms around someone. It's about understanding the energy exchange, the silent language that takes place between two people in that brief moment. If you can master the art of the hug, you'll be able to make a woman feel seen, heard, and appreciated in ways that go far beyond words. And in doing so, you'll create a lasting connection that can resonate in her heart long after you've parted. Now that you understand the different types of hugs and the subtle language they speak, it's time to delve deeper into the emotional intelligence required to truly master the art of hugging. The physical act of holding someone is only part of the equation. What truly elevates a hug to something transformative is your emotional presence, your ability to tune into her feelings, your own emotions, and the connection between the two. You see, a hug isn't just about what's happening on the outside. It's about what's happening on the inside. How you feel when you embrace someone will inevitably impact the energy you project. If you're anxious, unsure, or distracted, she will feel that. But if you're grounded, confident, and emotionally attuned to the moment, she will feel that. 2. The power of touch is amplified when it's paired with emotional clarity. So the first step in mastering the hug is learning to master your emotions. It's not enough to simply be physically present when you hug a woman. You must also be emotionally available. This means being aware of her energy, her body language, and the silent cues that are being communicated through the hug. At the same time, you must also stay present with your own feelings. Are you nervous? Are you holding on to past fears or insecurities? Do you feel confident in your own skin, or are you worried about how she might perceive you? Your emotional state will inevitably shape the quality of the connection you create. When you learn to tune into your emotions, you begin to move through life with a new level of self-awareness. You start to recognize when you're retreating emotionally, when you're closing yourself off, and when you're fully present, fully engaged. The more present you are in your own emotions, the more deeply you'll be able to connect with others, particularly in intimate moments like a hug. This is the essence of emotional mastery, not suppressing or ignoring your emotions, but understanding them and using that understanding to guide your interactions. Now, let's talk about vulnerability. It's a word that many people shy away from, especially in the realm of dating and relationships. The idea of being vulnerable, of letting someone see your true self, can feel uncomfortable. But vulnerability is where true connection happens. Without vulnerability, there can be no real intimacy, no real emotional bond. A hug, particularly an intimate one, is one of the most vulnerable actions you can take. You are physically open, allowing someone into your personal space, but emotional vulnerability goes deeper than that. It's about allowing yourself to feel the moment without rushing to hide behind a mask of confidence or strength. It's about letting her see that you're not afraid to be open, to let down your guard, and to embrace the connection fully. When you embrace vulnerability in your hugs, you're giving her permission to do the same. You're saying, "It's okay to be yourself. I'm here with you." In that moment, you're inviting her into a space where emotional intimacy can flourish. And when emotional intimacy blossoms, attraction deepens. Vulnerability isn't weakness, it's courage. It takes strength to open up emotionally and share a part of yourself with another person. And when you do, you create a deeper connection that goes far beyond the surface-level interactions most people experience in their relationships. A vulnerable hug is one that makes her feel truly seen. It's the kind of hug that sticks with her long after you've parted. It's the kind of hug that will make her think about you all day long, wondering how it felt to be held so tenderly, so genuinely. So, how do you create emotional resonance in your hugs? How do you make sure that the connection you form is not only deep but lasting? It all comes down to intention. When you hug a woman, you must be intentional about the energy you're sending. A hug is an opportunity to create an emotional experience for both of you, to create a moment that resonates and lingers in her mind. Intentionality in your hugs means being aware of the energy you bring to the moment. It's about being present with her, without distraction or hesitation. It's about knowing that your hug is a chance to send her a message, one that goes beyond words. Your embrace can communicate warmth, safety, trust, and affection. But if you're not intentional about the energy you bring, you risk the hug feeling hollow. disconnected, or rushed. You don't want her to feel like she's just one of many people you hug. You want her to feel like she matters at this moment. Is special. To create emotional resonance, you must connect to the feeling you want to leave her with. Do you want her to feel cared for, safe, desired? You can use the pressure of your embrace, the warmth of your touch, and the calmness of your presence to send these messages without saying a word. The more intentional you are, the more you'll be able to create an emotional experience that sticks with her long after the hug ends. One of the most important elements of a great hug is knowing when to let go. It's often in the moment of release, when you pull away from each other, that the emotional impact of the hug either solidifies or falters. The way you let go can either enhance the connection you've just created, or it can leave the moment feeling unfinished. If you pull away too quickly, it can feel abrupt, like you're rushing to get out of the moment. But if you hold on too long, you risk creating discomfort. The key is to pay attention to her energy. Does she linger after the hug, or is she ready to pull away? Does she make eye contact with you, or does she look down or away? These small cues can tell you when it's time to let go, and how to do it in a way that leaves her feeling satisfied and emotionally fulfilled. The art of letting go is about balancing the emotional tension between the two of you. You want to leave her wanting more without overstaying your welcome. This is what makes a hug linger in her mind when it feels complete, yet leaves room for the connection to grow. It's a delicate dance, one that requires emotional intelligence, presence, and the ability to read the moment. At the end of the day, hugging isn't about perfection. It's about being present. It's about showing up emotionally, fully engaged, and willing to be vulnerable. When you learn to hug with intention, when you embrace the opportunity to create emotional resonance, you'll find that your connection with women will deepen in ways you never thought possible. The true power of a hug lies not just in the physical act, but in the energy you bring to it. When you hug with confidence, vulnerability, and emotional clarity, you leave a lasting impression that goes far beyond the physical. It's a connection that stays with her, lingers in her heart, and makes her think about you long after you've walked away. Mastering the art of the hug is not just about learning to embrace in a way that makes her think about you all day long. It's about becoming the type of person who can show up fully, emotionally available, and present in every moment of connection. And when you can do that, you'll not only make her think about you, but you'll also become the type of person who is truly capable of creating meaningful, lasting relationships built on trust, emotional intimacy, and mutual understanding. If something in this message spoke to a part of you that words alone cannot reach, consider staying connected. Your thoughts, your questions, and your reflections matter, so leave a comment below. Share this video with someone who might be standing on the edge of their own inner transformation. And if the journey we're exploring here aligns with your own, subscribing is one small way to walk this path together. Thank you for your presence, not just for watching, but for truly listening. Until next time, keep turning inward.